Hi, in this video, I will showcase a basic setup using page object model. I made it with Java, Selenium, and JUnit. And you can add more to this project to make it bigger. Now we're gonna open our POM file to our dependencies. You can find all these dependencies on the GitHub. Now what we're going to do is we're going to refresh the project so the dependencies can take effect. Now we're going to create our page object model structure. For this structure, we're going to go to the main. Inside the main on the Java folder, we're going to create a package. This package is going to be called web pages. Inside the web pages, we're going to add our first page. And the first page, the page we're going to be working with, is the login. So we're going to do login. And there you go. Now we're going to do the same thing with test. On the test folder, we're going to create a package inside the Java folder. This package is going to be called test pages. Inside here, we're going to add a class. This class is going to be called login test. Here's where we're going to organize our test related to the login page. And this is the website we're going to use for this framework build. This one is called Practice Test Automation. We're going to get the locators for the username. We're going to get the locators for the password from the submit button. In this video, I'm not going to show how you can create locators from scratch. I'm going to use a plugin for it. Now we have our code already typed here. Like I showed in the other video, we already have the locators. Here goes the locator for the username. Here goes the locator for the password and the login. This here is an annotation like you're gonna find by XPath. So what we copy from the plugin is a relative XPath. So the relative XPath is gonna go in here. So let's do that now. All right, I'm gonna explain the login page code structure a little bit. We have some annotations here, so I'm gonna explain the annotations we have and the methods as well. So we have the find by annotation. This annotation is like find by. It's like you're gonna find something inside of a box. The XPath is like the actual thing inside that box, like what you want. Like you want to find an XPath. And what XPath? And here's the XPath. The XPath, like I showed in the other video, is like the address of that web element. So here we have find by XPath, and then you give the address. So this is gonna find a web element, and that web element is gonna be find by the XPath, and here is the XPath. So then you can interact, in this case, with the username. Now we already have in our login page class, we already have our locators, and we have our methods. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go and jump to the login test class, and we're gonna start typing our test. Utilizing the locators and the methods we already create in the login page class. So let's do that. All right, we have our login test code structure here. Here's where we type our test case using JUnit. We have our before method. This is to interact with our web browser. I'm using Firefox right now. And we have the test. Here in the test is like all the code we have here, or formulas or methods. We call it here to perform our test case. What is our test case? The first step we have here is opening the web browser and going to this address here. So we're gonna test this address here. Then we're gonna go ahead and enter the username on the username area, and here you type the username credentials. Here is the other step. This is the third step. We're gonna go ahead and send our password. Here's our password, so we tap the password here. And then here is the fourth one, is to perform the click. So you perform the click, and that's it. You can log into the page, and that's your test case. And the after method is to close the browser, because if you leave the browser open, that can drain a little bit your memory. All right, we already have our framework built. It's a simple framework utilizing the page object model. Let's run it. Let's see how it goes. Here you can see how it opens Firefox. Well, username, password, login successful. It goes fast. You see here, test pass. It goes fast because I don't add waits, explicit waits, or thread sleeps methods. Different annotations you can use to make your code like slower, and then you can see, like when you're not in the headless mode, you can see how the code reacts and how it types. You can add like human type too, but let's maintain the framework simple. I want to maintain it simple. You can download this from my GitHub and make it bigger and bigger. If you want, you can add more pages, you can add more test cases, and you can use this simple code, maintain it, add more stuff, and hope you enjoy the code. And if you have any questions or something, you can send an email or a comment.